stories are aligned to your purpose.
Everybody is called upon to be creative. Use the information around you. Actually, transform the information you have around you, but put yourself in it. Each and every one of us is a unicorn. You are special. Your story separates you. It makes way for you. It creates room for you, and it helps you to connect to the people that you are connected with.
Would you be surprised if I told you that people like to be lazy? People are just lazy. They love to make the easy choice. Now, as a business, the one thing we need, all of us, is sales. Unless you help people in business, then you only get nowhere.
Hi, and thank you for checking out this short clip from Obehi Podcast. I'm Obehi Ewanfoh, the host of the Obehi Podcast. This short clip was created from a full episode where we dive deep into this conversation. To see the entire video, all you need to do is to click on the link in the description of this video. Now, while you are there, I want to share something with you quickly. Are you a purpose-driven entrepreneur? Do you want to cut across the noise and attract the right audience, leveraging the power of storytelling? Now, pay attention. I'm currently working on a signature program to help you own your story and stand out for the competition. It's a 5-step journey to help reshape your professional and business narrative so you can drive success and stand out in the competition. And in less than 90 days. The link is what you see on your screen, academy.aclasses.org/story. Now, this is what we have understood. Storytelling is the most powerful instrument that is known to man. And this is what this could mean to you. You could either choose to own your story and leverage it to amplify your message and whatever you represent in this world, or some other person could own that story. The choice is yours. So why not take advantage of your story and use it wherever you are, whether you are in business environment or you are a professional individual who want to be able to build your influence and leave a legacy behind because you represent something. You are owning your story. You are somebody whose story is important. So the choice again is yours. Now let's get started with this short clip. You see, one thing I was reflecting on actually lately is that I think this is probably the best time to be talking about this argument. I'm talking about storytelling. In that now, with the use of AI, content creation have become something else. The ability to create content has become easy for many people. I don't know if I've said it before, but what have not become a commonplace is story, because story cannot be duplicated actually. If you duplicate my story, you will become a fake me. There is no other person that is me, Obehi Ewanfoh, in the entire universe. It will take millions of years of experiment to create another copy exactly me. And I don't know if nature wants to do that experiment. So that each and every one of us is a unicorn. You are special. You are who you are, your face. You see, the police will never get confused if they catch maybe 100 people and they take down their fingerprint. Every one of them is unique. Your faces are, sometimes I imagine, how do we even as human beings manage to get a clear picture of the people? Maybe for example, you enter into a group now, you see somebody, you talk to the person. Now, maybe in another group, you will see 100 people. Then you will be able to identify an individual that you have spoken to, maybe for a very short space of time. You will know this is the person. It cannot be different. The shape, the color, the tonality, the perfume. There are different combinations that help you to understand that when you put all this information together, you say, this is the person. It's different from every other person that is around. I think this is what storytelling is going to help us to do as we progress into the creative economy. Because now everybody is called upon to be creative. Use the information around you. Actually, transform the information you have around you, but put yourself in it. If you don't put yourself in it, it becomes generic. Now, there is something Enagia was saying one time. Enagia was saying, okay, Enagia now is late. He's a famous American motivational speaker. Mostly in the topic of self-improvement. So he was saying, of course, referencing also another person, that there was this French cook, then there was this American tourist who went to Paris to eat. After they have eaten, they loved the food so much that the American went to tell the cook, I would like to cook like you. Then the cook luckily told him, well, I have written a book. This is the manual, okay, you call it the recipe for the food. Now the guy took the recipe and he returned to the US. Of course, he will read it and he will cook the food. Then on another occasion, they returned back to Paris, to France. Now he went to meet the cook again and he told the cook, I have followed every step that you laid down in your book. I have cooked the food, but it was still different from your food, the type of food that you cook. Now the cook told him there is something that was missing. You didn't put yourself in it. Now, what do we need to learn from that? What we need to learn from that, like I was saying before, is that AI, okay, let me not use AI for those of you that might not be using AI, let's say technology, even though AI is actually a form of technology. And we have been using technology from the ancient, no? So this new technology that we have today have made it much easier for us to gather information and remix this information so that it can become a different format. But until we put ourselves in this new information, we are going to get the information we are going to create are going to get missing. They will lose identity. They will become very generic. So it is very important that now in our history that we learn the power of story, how to put our experiences into what we do so that we can have an identity, so that in a midst of people, hundreds or 200 people, somebody can look at our faces and say, this is who he is. I know him. The person know you because he know your story. Your story separates you. It make way for you. It create room for you, and it help you to connect to the people that you are connected with. Thank you for checking out this video. Are you getting enough value from it? You see, this video was created for the purpose of adding value to you. So if this video make any sense to you, let me know in the comment section below. I'm interested in understanding what you take away from this video and if it makes sense to you, so we can provide more. And let's return to the video. There is nobody that can duplicate that. No, that is because there are no two people that are exactly the same in the entire universe. But the question is, are we ready to take our story? Are we ready to hone our voice so that when somebody hears us, he can say, this is who we are? Now, having said that, there is something I was tickling with before. That I've tried to pull a question to Annie. Is that when we tell business story, we need to have a clear objective. I don't know if anyone to say something in that line. Now, there is a person who is probably new to storytelling. He probably doesn't get that joke. Annie, what would that mean? Like, how would you get a clarity to somebody who want to tell business story, but not a cockaboo story? This is a different type of story that he or she can measure. What is your take on that?
I hear you loud and clear. I think there's a lot more to storytelling than it seems. There is a place for the fun stories for sure. There's a place for the personal stories, for entertainment. Some of these rooms are what I call edutainment, educate and entertain at the same time. But many of in reality, these rooms have a reason. There's a reason we do these rooms. Some rooms truly have no focus at all. All my rooms are business focused. That means we're here to tell the stories of brands, of businesses, people who help people. That's what we're here for, right? All of us. Unless you help people in business, then you only get nowhere. So literally, I think it's trying to make sure your stories are aligned to your purpose. Now, as a business, now, the one thing we need, all of us, is sales. That's not to say every story must be about getting sales. After all, it's a process to get sales. It's a process to get someone to believe in you, know what you do, know how you help. I guess probably more importantly, my friends, stories work when people feel an emotion towards you. There's something I'm sure you've seen it in the press or different places. Any coverage in the press is good coverage, even if it's bad news, right? In truth, in business, when it's great news about you, it helps you a lot more. Because people think something, whether they're right or wrong, doesn't matter. As long as they think something. I guess there's a simple way of maybe looking at how stories work for all of us. If I look in the room now, apart from David, who's been in business 25 years, all of us are quite young in business. I know I won't mention names of people who I know I've been in business for a long time. I've been in business for 10 years, doing what I'm doing now. I'm still young, if you ask me, right? So many of us have probably been in business less than that. When people go out to buy what we sell, they have two choices almost. They can either go with a big brand, or they can choose us. Now, would you be surprised if I told you that people like to be lazy? People are just lazy. They love to make the easy choice. Oh, I'm thirsty. What am I going to drink? Oh, I'll drink a can of Coke because I know Coke. I know what it tastes like. They're a big brand. No risk. No question. No doubt. Do I like Coke? And I'm probably not, but literally, I can trust them, right? But they have to choose us, my friends. They're making all sorts of choices. They're making a choice of, do I trust them? Do I like what they do? Can they help me achieve my goal? Is the price right? I could carry on. I'm sure you get the idea, right? Only a story can get people to stop and give us a chance. Literally. Someone who decides on habit will always go with big brands. Someone who gives us a chance. The thing that's going to make them stop and give us a chance is the stories that we tell. Alas, no, we must look at those stories and think, are they working? Are they working?